Today is day 48 of the podcast, and there's another illustration in the Old Testament that gives us some insight into our walk and life in the Spirit. And so we realize one of the clues by looking at 1 Corinthians 10, verses 1 through 4. For I don't want you to be unaware, brethren, that our fathers were all under the cloud, all passed through the sea, and all were baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. And they all ate the same spiritual food. And now verse 4. They all drank the same spiritual drink, for they were drinking from a spiritual rock which followed them, and the rock was Christ. That's where I want to take us to and begin to go back and put some of the puzzle pieces together with this illustration. It's picked up numerous times in the New Testament. So I'm going to take us to Exodus 7, starting at verse 1. Then all the congregation of the sons of Israel journeyed by stages from the wilderness of Sin, interesting name, according to the command of the Lord, and camped at Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore the people quarreled with Moses and said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said to them, Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you test the Lord? But the people thirsted there for water, and they grumbled against Moses and said, Why now have you brought us up from Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst? So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, What shall I do to this people? A little more, and they'll stone me. And then the Lord said to Moses, Pass before the people, and take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand your staff, with which you struck the Nile, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water will come out of it, and that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Now picture this. We're going to look at another portion tomorrow, but I want you to picture what God has asked Moses to do. He's asked Moses to take a staff and to go strike a rock, and God himself is going to be standing on that rock. Verse 6, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb. You strike the rock and water will come out. Here is the first image, and it is a picture of the staff given to Moses is going to strike the Lord as it strikes the rock. And as the Lord is struck, there is a release and a flow of life-giving water. This is an important picture, and it's so significant for the next two verses we're going to look at. Another one from the Old Testament, and then I'm going to take you to the New Testament fulfillment of this one. But I want to look at the last verse, verse 7. And he named the place Massah and Meribah because of the quarrel of the sons of Israel, and because they tested the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not? There's so many verses about not putting God to the test, but here's one that shows us how we tend to do it. Is the Lord among us or not? Or how about, is the Lord a real provider or not? Is the Lord my healer or not? Is he a father or not? Is he with us or not? I have a question for you. Is there any area of your walk with God where you're putting the Lord to the test?